Well, happy Valentine's Day. It is February 14th. On Read Through the Word. Hope everyone is having a great day. And I know this is an emotional day for a lot of people. And I want you to know that you are loved. Very, very loved. And read 1 John today. It's 5 simple chapters, all about how much our Father loves you. And I know it's not the same as husband love or wife love or significant other love, boyfriend, girlfriend kind of thing. But it is a love that has endured and will endure forever. So please know that you are very loved. And we are very, very grateful and love having you as part of Read Through the Word and Word Up Ministries. By the way, if you are brand new with us, we are certainly very, very grateful to have you part of our Read Through the Word family. And we have people joining every day, even February, people are joining. So we are really happy. It's never a wrong time, and it's never too late to start reading God's Word. That's what we say. All right, so wow. We are finished with the temple, and so at last, the tabernacle was finished. I need to call it tabernacle because we don't have the temple yet. This is the tent of meeting, the tabernacle. And so at last, the tabernacle was finished. The Israelites had done everything just as the Lord had commanded Moses. And as I'm reading this, I'm just sitting here thinking, wow, what a great communicator our Moses, our stuttering, stumbling, clumsy with his words leader has become. How confident he has become, because they did everything Moses commanded them, which meant God communicated it to Moses, and Moses communicated it to the people, and they did it. Can we just take a minute to marvel in that? That God used a very reluctant man, and this isn't the first time, and it won't be the last, to accomplish a great and mighty work. Not just bringing them out of slavery, out of Egypt, but to build him a home. And the details were so specific. And remember back in Exodus 3 and 4, when he was complaining and saying, please send someone else, I'm slow at speech. And he's even doubted himself even throughout the process. See, this is why I didn't want you to call me to do this. I'm a clumsy speaker. Please don't make me do this. But obviously, God knew what he was doing, and the work is complete. And I was reminded, and really just kind of asked the question and thought through the process of what happens when we complete our God assignment. You know, Moses is finished with this assignment. I mean, he is the leader of the people. They are not in the promised land yet. So he does have a significant part of his assignment left. But this is a huge, huge win for God's people and for Moses, because did you see what happened over there in chapter 40, verse 34 through 38, and then described even in greater detail in Numbers 9? This is again a little plus and a plug for why I like to read chronologically, because I get to see in Numbers what was reflected and done in Exodus 40. So I get to see this, and this is just a beautiful way to read the Bible. It's my favorite way to read the Bible, actually. And y'all probably already knew that. But anyways, so God was pleased. How do we know that? Because look at what he did. He inhabited the temple. the tabernacle. I said it again, tabernacle. He inhabited the tabernacle. Oh my goodness. That moment takes my breath away every time I read it. I can't imagine what it would have been, what it must have been like to experience. They had seen the glory of the Lord in a cloud and by fire. They knew it's his movement that way. They had sat at the foot of Mount Sinai, the mountain of God, when Moses was up getting the 10 Commandments. And they have experienced that part of his presence. But now he's saying, I'm going to just be hanging out with you all the time. And that's what he does now with us as believers. He hangs out with us all the time, every day, every minute of every day. And every day of every week, and every week of every month, and every month of every year. He's always with us. What a comforting thought, and also what a frightening thought. That's a lesson for another day we'll jump on. But what happens when we complete our God assignment? Well, here's the thing. Two things I thought about is we can be very, very confident that he'll be pleased if we follow his instructions and we keep a happy heart and a cheerful disposition while we're doing the job. Now, there was a lot of grumbling going on prior to this. There was a lot of disgruntled people because they didn't have the food that they wanted. They didn't have the water when they wanted it. And people weren't happy a good bit of the time. And I'm sorry to say that trend is going to continue. But they came together, brought their resources, and they worked, and God appointed specific people for specific things, and they followed the instructions. So when we follow the instructions as best as we understand, and then seek God if we are confused or we don't quite understand what's happening or what's next, he's going to be pleased. And if we keep a heart that is happy and cheerful and do the job without complaining, he is going to be pleased. Or do we do this? Do we accept his pleasure and then offer arguments? Well, I finished, but it didn't turn out the way I expected. Or I finished, but people didn't attend, or people didn't help me. Or I finished and no one seems to care. Do we have a bad attitude post-assignment? Or do we glory in the Lord and let the Lord glory in us for completing a job, completing what we were assigned to do? You know, so often we get so wrapped up in the approval of man, and that when we obey and we finish that assignment, we want recognition from it, and we want to feel good about it, and we want everyone to feel good about it, secretly sometimes, but down inside, don't we all feel that way? Or I will speak for myself. I feel that way. Like, that was good. You did a good work. I obeyed. I'm going to glory in you, and I'm going to glory in the fact that you were pleased with me. Did anybody else notice that? You know, we are only responsible for our obedience. We are not responsible for the outcome of everyone else's attitude. What we want is for the glory of the Lord to settle down and inhabit our work and our assignment, and make it known in his time, in his revelation, for his purpose, and for the kingdom's growth. That's all that we should be about, is kingdom growth and advancing the gospel. No matter what our assignment is, if we keep our perspective right, we obey everything he's asked us to do, We keep a good attitude about it. And when we're finished, we just let him marvel in it. Just you and him marvel in the completion of that work. Let his glory set upon you with great pleasure, and let that be enough. Let him fill you, his dwelling place, and enjoy his pleasure. We'll see you next time on Read Through the Word.